As a reminder, we are Speedromizer, and we are donating money towards QMUNITY here. QMUNITY was built by and for queer, trans, and two-spirit communities since 1979. Today, their leadership continues to create and build an organization that supports everyone with two-spirit, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersexual, and asexual communities across British Columbia through support, connection, and leadership. We also have some recent donations here. We have a donation from George, which says, maybe my PayPal works now? So you all should check if you can donate too. And that poll went towards DuckTales Remastered to pick the category, and also a target towards the Super Mario 64 16-star race. We also have another donation from Eros with a $6 donation, which says, so I lost a bet with DJ Shawn Michaels was in fact the first Grand Slam champion. And that went in towards the poll for Ocarina of Time for the file name. And let me check that, where that exactly went to. Yep, still for the Shaq in the lead for that file name with $152.94. Shaq is incredibly in the lead, but we have $1 for Bone Club, and remember, it is the top 2. So you can still influence what the second name file will be with your very donation. For anyone new here who is not familiar with Speedromizer, Speedromizer is a charity marathon with a twist. The game you submit is not what you run. Accepted runners are randomly assigned the game from somebody else and have 90 days to learn their respective games. Now, if that sounds like an awesome concept to you and you would like to join us for next year, make sure to join our Discord at speedromizer.live/discord. And even better, if you would like to help out with future events, we do open volunteer applications just before our events go live, so they are announced on our Discord, and make sure to keep an eye on our server if you're interested in helping to run the show. And also, most roles do not require experience, so we would love to have you even if it's your first time. And with that, we are ready for our next run with Sushi Cat. So, take it away.
Hello, I am LRFLEW, and I'm here to run Sushi Cat. So this is a pretty interesting game. Definitely not a game I would have run outside of this marathon. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll start in 3, 2, 1, go. And so it starts with a cutscene, which I'm just going to immediately skip. This game is kind of very Plinko-like, if you know that game. And so here, you can kind of see the mechanic of the game. You want to try to collect enough sushi. There's a counter in the upper right of how much sushi I need to get. And the more sushi you get, the bigger the cat gets. And so there's an interesting balance of trying to get as much sushi as I can, but also not getting so big or bouncing around too much to make it difficult to complete. This game is sort of interesting as a speed game because it's very much designed around being a high score game. And so like here you'd expect to go to the middle column, but it's faster to go down and just complete the level that way. And so that is the first level. So now we just get to the second level, which is still fairly similar, but a little bit different. So here I'm gonna end up bouncing and getting this bonus cat. And that has about a 50-50 chance of giving either extra points, which is fine, or it gives an extra cat, which in some levels is good, some levels is not great. In this case, it just means I'll have to waste an extra cat at the end. So here I'm just getting the extra sushi I need off the sides. And with that, I have enough sushi, and so I just need to get rid of all my extra cats. So after this one, we start getting into where this game's, let's call it luck, luck mechanics start coming in. So I don't think this game has RNG. There's definitely some determinism to this, and you'll see this later in the run if everything goes well. But this is definitely one of those parts where you can see where, you know, if you're just a little bit off in the input, or in later levels if you don't time it, you end up just, the system varies very quickly, and you end up with basically random output. So a lot of this run is going to kind of come down to some good luck. So let's all hope for some good luck. Oh. And also hope for some good bounces. So there's definitely parts where if the game just kind of keeps bouncing for a long time, you can definitely lose a lot of time that way. So in this level, I just need to get to the last few sushi, and have one more cat to get the one last sushi, so this should be pretty straightforward. And that is level 3. So level 4 is going to actually be very similar to level 3, in that how it's kind of structured this way. But instead, the top is having these diamond shapes, which makes the bouncing a little bit different for the start. Plus, we get our first moving platforms here at the bottom. These moving platforms will show up for pretty much the rest of the game, and they are what make this game much more luck heavy, because if you can't get the timing exactly the same, then you're not getting the exactly same output. So here, let's see. And, oh, just one more sushi, which I'll be able to get quickly here. So far, this run is going pretty well, and that is level 4. But that leads us into my least favorite level of the run, level 5. So all of these platforms spin when you hit it. So that means that even if you had a reliable setup, once they start spinning, it's pretty much up to luck. If I'm going to have a reset, it's most likely going to end up being in this level. If I can get one of these two on the sides, that would be convenient, because they might be able to give me an extra cat, which will make it a lot easier. One more cat, there we go. That way I have a bit of a safety if I don't get enough sushi. But it looks like I might be okay. Yep, there we go, full ability achieved. So that just means I can just basically push the cat down the side, and with a little bit of luck, which I didn't have that drop, cat will just go straight down. Sushi Frenzy, and so after every 5 levels, we get another cutscene, so just a quick skip there, and get into the next level. This one is pretty simple. We get introduced to a new mechanic there, which is the tsunami roll. And I'm going to try to get both of them here. I can do this if I only end up getting the one tsunami roll, generally, because I do take a bit of a safety strat in this level. So once I drop down there, I can just drop one on the side. This is a little bit slower, so you see the cat kind of get stuck there, but then slips out. This game does have a bit of an anti-sticking mechanism that way. You know, the cat does try to bounce, but if it ends up getting stuck, it will generally try to slip through wherever it is. Right. And so with that last drop, we now have some unfortunate bouncing there, losing a little bit of time to the bounces. But now we can move on to this level, and this one I have a pretty simple strategy. I try to drop as far right as quickly as possible, because that will easily get me that tsunami roll, but with a little bit of luck, I should be able to also grab the other tsunami roll, and I did not get so lucky that time. So I will take a bit of a fallback strategy there. Let's see if I have the alignment correctly. That will sometimes get me the tsunami roll, and I didn't that time. So I'm probably taking a safety route up here. Yeah, so I need 4 more sushi, but this is pretty simple because there's 4 up here. That's a bit unfortunate because now I have to wait for this, but that at least means I complete the level. And come on, stop bouncing. There we go. Right, and next up, level 8. This one is pretty straightforward. So again, I just get that tsunami roll to start. And then wait for it to stop bouncing around. From here, I usually just kind of get the stragglers on the side. That is pretty good. And then I could just drop down here, get that tsunami roll. And that usually gets me a full belly, and if not, it's pretty easy to grab the extra sushi that's needed. And that's level 8. So I have a music cue for the start of level 9. So let's see if I get this. And there we go. So I figured out that if I dropped exactly on the 4th beat there, I'm able to get that tsunami roll pretty much every time, which is very convenient. Basically turns this into a rhythm game, which is fun. That was an unfortunate drop. I should be able to get this to work. Oh. I might need to take a restart on this level. Yeah. Right. Probably have a moment if you have anything you need to read real quick.
Absolutely. I did not know what I was expecting from this game, but it is absolutely adorable. For anybody joining us here, we are raising money for QMUNITY. QMUNITY's priority is to ensure that they continue to show up for queer, trans, and two-spirit communities every day. They are leading with stability, continuity, and building trust. That is how they, as a community, can work towards a province where all two-spirit, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersexual, and asexual people can live free from harm and discrimination. If you would like to donate to QMUNITY, you can visit our Tiltify campaign at speedromizer.live/donate, and you can also find the donation link below the stream and in chat by typing !donate. All of your donations are sent directly to QMUNITY, and when you're donating, don't forget to put your money towards our active challenges and polls. Alright, back to you.
Alright, so this level is pretty interesting. It looks like it'd be really chaotic, but it's actually not that bad, because you can see when they kind of line up, they form these 3 columns, which makes it a little bit easier to more consistently drop. So you saw I got the 2 tsunami net rolls, which pretty much immediately gave me the goal for this level. And so now that I have the goal, I can just drop these remaining cats pretty quickly. Oh, messed up that drop a little bit, but there it is. So that's level 10. So we get another cutscene, and then we get into level 11, which is my second worst one, because I'm not that consistent at this one. I think I figured out a better setup for this one, but there's still a good chance this is not going to work very well. Okay, so bouncing out this side is okay. It wasn't quite what I intended for, but it does work. Unfortunately, because it bounced around so much, the cycle on the left side here got off, so just wait. Ooh, that was a neat bounce. That should give me enough to... Alright, I just need 2 more. I should be able to just grab here. Yep, and that is level 11. So up next is 12. And this one is a bit of an interesting challenge. So you got these like little conveyor belts on both sides here. And so I do need to try and get a good amount from the sides that are kind of covered up by those conveyor belts through kind of lucky bouncing. So let's hope for that one. There's about 7 in each of these chains. Come on. Sometimes the cat will also just kind of get stuck on top of platforms, which is a little annoying, especially once the cats get bigger. That can be really difficult if they end up kind of in a weird cycle. And also, yes, the cat will get squooshed sometimes. So that was a bit unfortunate how long the cat was bouncing around there, but as you see, we've been able to achieve the full belly. And so from here, it's just a matter of getting the cat down, which with good cycles, is pretty easy. And that is level 12, and I'd say from here, the game gets easier for the last few levels. So we only have 3 more levels left, including this one. So after that bounce, this one ends up playing out very similarly to the one before, so I end up just kind of going down for the special roll, and then kind of going off the ones on the side to try to get what I can. And then what's that? I'm going to put one over here as well. And if I'm still missing some, it's usually enough to kind of get through the cluster, because there's usually a cluster here or there. It does require waiting on a good cycle, kind of get the right bounce. Okay, got one more cat. There we go, that's a full belly. And that is level 13. So level 14 looks rather complicated, but much like the one before, you can see that columns open up with the right timing. So you make the drops at just the right timing, you go straight through, which means this ends up playing out not that dissimilarly to the first level. I might have dropped that a little late, but that'll work. And that's level 14. So this is the last level coming up. Time will be when it says Sushi Frenzy on this level. So from here, it's pretty simple. Just using these dragon rolls to try to get these ones kind of right here in the center. And then once I got that, it's basically just a matter of getting some good drops into this kind of middle section. Alright. And we need 3 more left, so be pretty easy. Yep, and there we go. And so time will be where it says Sushi Frenzy, time! Alright, and that was Sushi Cat. I'll let you all enjoy this ending cutscene. So the goal of the game was the cat wanted a plush. So, got some plushies!
Oh, I love it! What an adorable game.
It's very cute. As I said, this wasn't the kind of game that I normally speedrun, so it was really nice to have this opportunity. You know, Speedromizer is like that, right? You know, you end up with games that you just wouldn't expect to like.
Absolutely. It's both a challenge and a fun accomplishment.
Yeah. I'll also just take this opportunity to show off something pretty funny. So this is an old Flash game, and since Flash doesn't exist, I'm playing this through Flashpoint. And Flashpoint introduces a weird bug where the game's running very fast, you might notice right now. So yeah, if you are playing this on Flashpoint, make sure to restart between runs, otherwise your runs could be disqualified. So yeah, Sushi Cat.
Perfect. Do you have any other final closing thoughts?
Not much. I mean, I could just say, you know, I'm LRFLEW on most platforms, Twitch, YouTube. I don't make content very often, but when I do, it's usually some sort of weird, obscure game. So, yeah, feel free to check me out if you're interested.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And with that, we're going to head to a short intermission here, but stick around because we'll be right back.